In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create crown moldings throughout your space. And if you haven't done so already, it's really important now that we save at least our walls here as a group. Now, a group is a way of almost like creating layers in your project so that all the things that are the same are kind of grouped together. It's how it sounds. So I've hidden the ceilings and the floors and my floor plan, and I'm going to go ahead and select everything here to grab everything. And then I right click and select make group. And that way, all of these will kind of be bound together, and it can help kind of if you're moving things or adjusting things to know that all the walls are the same. And it's going to be important because we may have to turn all the walls off or hide the entire group periodically, and so that's an important skill for us to have. The next thing that I'm going to do is create my crown moldings. Now, I have already downloaded the crown molding profile from SketchUp, and I'm going to go ahead and once I've clicked the download, I'm going to open it within SketchUp, and it's going to open up in its own file. And now that I've got my crown molding profile downloaded here so that everyone's is the same, I'm going to do Control A for copy or for select all, Control C for copy, and then I'm going to close this file and I'm going to go back to my original floor plan here, and I'm going to hit Control V for paste. There it is. Okay, so a couple of things we need to know about this profile. Right now, it's really just line work, but we need to go ahead and make it a face so that we can begin to extrude it. So I'm going to go to a top view, floor plan view, and there it is right here. And what I'm going to do now is create a face for it. So I'm going to just select right here. Pardon me, draw my face right here. And then I'm going to right click and I'm going to say intersect faces with model. And once I've done that, I should be able to then delete, there you go, delete some of this line work here. And now this should have a face that we can then push pull. Let's see. Well, okay, let's try it again. Okay, so once we've got it selected, we should be able to click on it and see that now there's a face associated with that. So all we do is just delete the extra ones. I'm not sure why it didn't work the first time, but we can always try to do things more than once if they don't work. So once again, all I did was draw a box around it, and I right clicked to say intersect faces with model. And once I did that, then I was able to delete components to it. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this line work. And now just making sure that this is ready to go. Okay, so it's a face now because I can see the blue dots on it. Okay, now what we have to do is figure out how to get that molding where we want it to be. And we actually want it at the very top corner of our model. So I'm going to go back to the isometric view, and I'm going to grab this molding and rotate it. So I'm going to use my rotate command here, and I'm going to use my model to actually become my reference plane. So I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to draw the bottom of the protractor to set the direction. And then I'm going to do a second click. And then as I go like this, I rotate it 90 degrees, and now it's ready. So now I can grab this by the corner up here, move it along up here. And it should snap right to that edge. Now I still have, here we go. So it's ready to go. It's sitting right where it needs to be. Now I have to draw the path that I want this molding to attach to. And so the way that I do that is just by drawing lines here. So I'm going to go from one line from here to this corner, and then a line from this corner over to this corner, and from this corner to this corner. All right, now I'm going to select those edges that I just drew. I'm holding down my control button so that I can grab more than one. Okay, so now that those are all selected, now I'm going to use this new command. This is the follow me. So now it's, even though the lines that I wanted it to follow are no longer blue, they're still selected. And now all I do is just hover over that face. See, we can see the little blue dots and click. And voila, we have molding everywhere. Now, the thing that I want you to be aware of is these are all individual faces because this is a curved object. And so we might want to just kind of delete those. Otherwise, it's going to look real stripy and strange in our rendering. So all I do is select my eraser tool and I'm going to hit the control button. And this is just softening it here. So I'm going to click and drag. I'm holding down my mouse, left button of my mouse and my control button. And I'm erasing. And see, I can erase here. Oops, that erased the face. Keep my command button down, or my control button down, sorry. And it might take a couple passes to go through them all, but just make sure that you are holding down your control button because that's soften versus erasing the entire thing, okay? So that's a command that we can do to get our crown molding in. Now, I don't have a profile for you created to do your baseboard, but it's very, very easy to draw it. All you would do is go ahead and start by coming along this corner here where we would put baseboards, and we can go ahead and begin by drawing a box. Now, it's sticking to the wrong face, but it's easy enough for me to rotate. I'm going to make my crown molding box 6 by 1. Oops, let's do that again. 6, 1. Okay, and then we can just go ahead and rotate it now. And I just want to get it from, let's see, there. Oops, I grabbed my wall. Let's try that again. I'm undoing. Okay, let's draw it one more time. Okay, and then let me go ahead and grab that face again. Let's see if I can rotate it this way. There we go, 90 degrees out. Perfect. All right, and then we're going to move it to that front corner. And then now I can orbit and draw the profile for that molding. Now it's 1 inch wide because I want to make sure that it dives into the casing of the archway and doesn't kind of overspill. So all I'm doing is just, I'm coming down, back, down. I'm going to put an arc right there where that line is. And then I'm going to delete the extra line so that that becomes a face. Okay, so this face is ready. Let me see if I could push it and pull it. Yep, okay, it's ready to go. So I'm going to do the same thing to create the baseboards here by using the follow command that I used to create the crown molding, except that right here, the follow me tool is not going to jump on this opening here. So what you're going to have to do is draw your line here, here, and here up to the back corner of the casing right back here. And then what you're going to have to do is copy and rotate this profile over to this side wall and then select this line to trace it back. So it's going to work exactly the same, except that you're going to have the same baseboard molding also attached to this wall, and you can just repeat exactly how I just created it, and then select a second path for the follow me tool over here because it's not going to make that nice jump. Okay. And that is how you create your moldings.